monsoon land. Now, there are times when it rains and times when it is not raining for a long time, and there are times when it's warm and there are times when it's cold. Now, and these regions, they are in India, in southeastern India, on Malaysia, in Indonesia, in Oceania, in northern Australia, in Vietnam, in Thailand, and these regions, Papua New Guinea. Now, how does it happen? Now, first you have, there are different types of vegetation. There's deciduous forest, there are rainforest, tropical rainforest, there's desert, there's shrubland, and so on, grassland. And the deciduous trees, they are letting actually their leaves fall at the beginning of a hot season to prevent water loss from transpiration. And it comes from the word Monsoon, which is Arabic for season. Now it happens that way. Air is far easier cooling up or heating up over the land than on water. Water keeps the temperature of the air pretty much the same. It stops it from going so fast up and down. When it's now winter, in the Himalaya, it gets cold very fast, very much faster than on the ocean. And that causes now to be there a high atmospheric pressure. And that causes the wind to blow from the ocean up to the Himalaya in the north. So it is cold in the Himalaya in the mountains, there in Central Asia almost, and now the wind is blowing from the south up because it's very cold. Here it's not so cold, there it's cold. There's a high atmospheric pressure, wind is blown in. The wind comes from the sea, where water has evaporated into the air, and the air brings with all these evaporated water droplets it with, and when it comes into the mountain ranges or the land or cools down or whatever, it rains down. So basically for a long time, when it's in the winter cold in Central Asia, in the Himalaya, in the mountains, there's all the time blowing wind from the Indian Ocean upwards, and it's raining when for a long time in southeast India or in other regions. In summers area, where it is hot in the Himalaya, and there's a low temperature, low atmospheric pressure, and now the wind is blowing outwards, because it's then colder at the ocean, and here on the land it's warmer basically, and the wind is blowing outwards. The wind coming from the land does not have water in it. It couldn't take water up where it's on the land. So when the whole summer through, or the whole July through, for example, the wind is blowing outwards and it is dry in India, for example. Where is it? And it can be actually differently depending on what part of the world someone is. In India, it is raining in January. In eastern Malaysia, it is raining in July. And the season is the other way around. Because all these phenomena can happen in different directions. Here on the oceans, in different directions. But basically they're coming from the islands. Sometimes they're coming over the islands to Malaysia. And when it rains already in Indonesia, and then in the other way around, it's coming from the other side. So sometimes someone has raining just basic on Himalaya, like India, raining when and when. And then it's maybe the same wind, but the wind comes from the land and brings rain, or from the other side from the thing and brings then rain, but it rains down before it reaches that part because there's a mountain range on one side. So sometimes the rain comes from here and it rains down here, sometimes the rain comes from here and it never rains here. And it can be differently depending on what country is lying behind the mountain range. So basically the point of it is, it can be that there is a monsoon season there, but not there, or the other way around. And it comes just through being water cooling and heating faster on land, and if it gets hot or cold, the wind is blowing in or out. And the wind takes water with it if it comes from the rain. If it comes from the land, it does not take water with it, and it is not raining. And it's dry for a long time, the dry season. That is according to Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge Book 3, Part 22, Regions of the Earth, written by Hugh Clayton, John Coyle, Michael Frenchman, D.H. Sinclair, on the pages 1084 and 1085.